Hello and welcome to the Hooniverse and to a brand new video. Now the Doctor has had many companions, friends and fams throughout the character's travels. Some were human, some were from the past. One was a shape-shifting alien that looked like a penguin, and the other a robot dog, and even one had invisible hair. Throughout all of their travels, only a few have crossed the Doctor, often changed for the better by the Time Lord's kindness. However, one companion did betray the Doctor, a mistake that led to the oncoming storm, leaving him at home with secrets and stories he could never tell. This was Adam Mitchell, and in this video it's all about the little known story of how he got to his great elaborate revenge on 11 Doctors and all of his companions past and present at the same time. If you've never heard of Mr. Mitchell or need a quick recap, don't worry because here we go. Adam was a boy genius who had successfully hacked into the United States Department of Defense computers when he was only 8 years old, nearly causing, in his own words, World War III. After this, he was recruited by an impressed Henry Van Statten to work for him, working through a collection of alien artifacts from musical instruments and hairdryers to guns and a creature known as the Metaltron. In 2012, the 9th incarnation of the Doctor and Rose Tyler arrived at the vault in Utah. On the Doctor's arrival, the Metaltron had a bit of a meltdown and revealed itself to be the last known surviving Dalek from the Time War. With knowledge that their number one enemy was only a few floors away, it got loose and went on a rampage, killing dozens of people. Adam found himself running from it with Rose. After the Dalek gave in and ended its life, Adam told Rose that he had always wanted to see the stars. She asked the Doctor to take Adam along with them in the TARDIS. Rose also seemed to fancy Adam. Man, Mickey just wasn't lucky at all, was he? Despite the Doctor's skepticism about Adam, he agreed to let him aboard the TARDIS. Now, after a brief battle with the bygone Horde in Birmingham, the TARDIS team arrived in the year 200,000. Adam was overwhelmed by the wealth of information and technology available to him, and immediately gave in to temptation and greed. Desperate to gain all the information that the Fourth Great and Battle for Human Empire had collected, he learned that only those with an implant could access the data. He had a top-of-the-line computer interface port and info spike installed in his head. When the implant activated to access computers, his head opened up, revealing part of his brain. The implant was activated by the snap of the fingers. With access to this information, he attempted to transfer it back to the 21st century using Rose's souped-up mobile phone. Yes, that's what phones really used to look like, okay? When Adam tapped into the computer systems, he inadvertently gave the Jagrafest knowledge of and nearly access to the TARDIS. One of Satellite 5's journalists, Kafka, freed Adam, prevented the Jagrafest from obtaining the TARDIS key, and vented heat to floor 500, killing it. Learning of Adam's transmission of information and his additional breach of trust, the Doctor angrily returned Adam to his home, who weakly tried to pin the mistakes on the Doctor being the one in charge, which quickly turned to apologetic pleading. The Doctor destroyed the answering machine which had received the information from the future. After Adam attempted to die about it, he observed that Adam would have to live a quiet life, lest someone discovered the implant in his head and dissect him to find out where it came from. After the Doctor and Rose left, Adam was met by his mother, Sandra, who, when talking to him, clicked her fingers as his head opened up. A look of shock and horror appeared on her face, and now this is where the story really kicks off. Adam's mother not only found out about Adam's info spike seconds after the Doctor left Adam on Earth, but it was the discovery that greatly affected their relationship to one another. But also, she soon suffered from a brain embolism. Ultimately, she passed away too soon, and a grief-stricken Adam was left with the thought that, if he had all the knowledge from Satellite 5, he could have saved her. But he couldn't, because it was all gone. His life was ruined, and he blamed the Doctor. Adam was stuck in a job he hated, hiding from the world, growing old in a reality he despised, seeing reminders of the life that he could have had day by day, the Doctor and Rose's travels through the past, mocking him forever until one day, he snapped. He had enough, and vowed to get his revenge. He used his info spike and superior intellect to steal a fortune from corporate accounts who never detected a thing. He hired the best excavators in the world to uncover Van Statten's vault after it was sealed since the Daleks' murders of many. Finding information in technology, Adam sent out a signal from a Cyberman head, one that a time agent responded to. Neil Shaw was frozen in time by Adam, with the hate-fueled man stealing his vortex manipulator. Adam now had the ability to travel through space and time. Using this cheap and nasty time travel, Adam soon learnt that the Doctor as a Time Lord had the ability to regenerate. Discovering his 11 known incarnations of his first regeneration cycle, he then set out on the capture of the companions of these Doctors. He used memory distortion to prevent the Doctor from remembering him, but this grew weaker and weaker as he became closer and closer to the Doctor whom he had betrayed. Working with the Animus and the Zarbi after the Time Lord had defeated them using a train, Adam was successful in capturing the first Doctor's companions, Barbara Wright, Ian Chesterton, and Vicky Pallister. Then manipulating a T-Map machine, he captured the second Doctor's companions, Jamie McCrimmon and Zoe Herriot, after their adventure at the Frank Bazaar. After the Doctor had freed the Brigadier from a Remaraxian, and saved the world from being taken over by them, Adam appeared using the vortex manipulator again. Adam grabbed the Doctor's companions Liz Shaw, Sarah Jane Smith and the Brigadier and teleported away. In another time, the Fourth Doctor returned the Jewel of Photon to the farm world Agartha. Attending a banquet, the Doctor is left in horror as Adam uses his vortex manipulator once again to appear at the banquet, telling the Doctor that he deserves a lifetime of empty tables. He takes away K9 and Leela before the Doctor's startled eyes. Adam continues to train, getting faster, stronger, more intelligent, further familiar with his new time travel toy. The Fifth Doctor works with a group of Sontarans to defeat the Rutan host, only to find Adam stealing Adric, Nyssa and Tegan, just as they are leaving, mocking the Time Lord, saying he has let his friends down, and put all three of them into harm's way. Disappearing as the Doctor begins to remember his other companions lost, times changed around him. Working with the Master and an army of Autons in Antarctica 7214, he then kidnapped Perry from the 6th Doctor. However, this was a trap set by the 10th Doctor. Instead of kidnapping Perry, Adam had kidnapped Frobisher, who quickly used his shape-shifting abilities to escape his confinement and explore Adam's lair. Meanwhile, in Scotland 1830, the 7th Doctor and Ace investigate the Campbell's estate, finding them aged and withered beyond their years, eventually discovering the Master of the house. The renegade Time Lord the Master then reveals that he's been working with a new partner, or companion of the Doctor's, to which the Doctor doesn't have a clue what he is talking about. The Master then states that he hasn't met him, yet, and that he's been siphoning the life force from the Campbells to transmit power to his partner, helping him conduct a revenge scheme against the Doctor. The Doctor escapes from the Master, allowing the aerolifts their revenge. Whilst unknown to him, Adam gets his as he steals Ace from him in a flash. The 8th Doctor then travels to San Francisco, the year 2000, and invites Grace Holloway on one trip in the Blue Box, taking her sightseeing across the stars, and then to the planet much like Earth. However, these peaceful people are ruled by the Overseers in a dictatorship. The Doctor and Grace soon put a stop to this and are about to return to Earth when the Doctor anticipates Adam's arrival. The Doctor is sympathetic this time around, trying to understand his future mistakes. Instead, Adam was having none of it, paralysing the pair and threatening that he could kill the Doctor right there and then. But that would be too easy, as he steals Grace and disappears once more. Then, after the 9th Doctor and Rose finished their visit to the monument of Drake Aelborn, the wealthiest man in the outer rim of the galaxy, Adam approached the couple, the Doctor who betrayed him and the girl who stood by and let it happen. Adam vented his anger and explained his plans for revenge and how he wasted his life. When the Doctor was unsympathetic to his plight, he struck the Doctor down, kidnapping Rose in the process. He told the Doctor he hated his incarnation the most, brutally kicking him before leaving. The 10th Doctor and Martha were found by Adam soon after they defeated the Quarks and Dominators in 1950s California. This time, Adam had to be quick. The Doctor now knew his plans and could detect him on his arrival straight away. However, this didn't stop him stealing Martha. In another part of space and time, the 11th Doctor and Clara Oswald have just entered a civil war among a race of people called the Frogmen. However, before anything else can happen, a powerful blast of energy knocks both of them unconscious. The Doctor comes round just in time to see Adam teleport away with an unconscious Clara in his arms. He heads back to the TARDIS desperate and goes to all the places in which Adam kidnapped his other companions, just after the kidnappings took place, where he then attempts to gain information from people who were there, including Agent Paul and the Jadoon, but he finds nothing of use, and realises that rather than delving into his own past, he needs to look at Adam's. The Doctor breaks into a library and finds a room where Adam has pinned up pictures of the past incarnations and companions, including a large red cross over the picture of his 9th incarnation. Feeling guilty about what his actions drove Adam to do, he decides to head back to Henry Van Statten's vault in Utah, where he first met Adam, hoping to find some sort of trace he can use to track him down. However, he discovers that Adam has taken every last bit of alien technology that was in there. He breaks into Adam's lab, where he finds the time agent whom Adam had captured on the floor, frozen in time. He releases Neil Shaw, who tells him that he'd been awake the entire time and has been forced to wait for months as Adam experimented on him. He gives the Doctor a tracker that will help him find the vortex manipulator and asks to come with the Doctor. The Doctor declines, saying that he would not put any more innocent people in between him and Mitchell. The tracker brings him to a giant fortress in the time vortex, which the Doctor enters, calling out for Adam. Adam greets him with a gun, which he uses to paralyse him. He awakes later to see Adam, who tells him that he treats all of his companions like he had treated him, with no care for what happens to them afterwards. After some time, the Master enters, scarred, having survived the attack by the aerolith, after being tortured for decades and barely escaping alive. Adam reveals that he discovered the Master on his hunt for other people who wanted to make the Doctor suffer. The Doctor warns Adam of the evil of the Master and of thousands of lives he has ended to call himself King of the Universe. The Master laughs the Doctor's words off as lies and instructs Adam to continue with the plan. Adam leads the Doctor and the Master into one large room, where all of the Doctor's companions sit in tubes all along the walls, even the ones he had not seen now captured. Adam holds a remote, one which will kill every companion in the chamber when he presses the button. He tells the Doctor that all of his companions dying might destroy the universe as all of the Doctor's history is rewritten, but as they all are in limbo, they will not be affected. And Adam does not care. He tells the Doctor to choose one companion to save, and the rest will die. Thanks to the damage to the timeline, the Doctor summoned his 10 previous selves and their respective TARDISes to save their companions. Under the orders of the Master, Adam released an army of Autons at them. Frobisher, meanwhile, released all of the Doctor's companions, all of which began attacking the Autons. The Master then revealed the Autons' attack as a distraction as he blasted the rest of the chronal energy that he had drained into the Doctor's TARDISes. This would cause all of them to overload, which would destroy all of them at once, all the Doctors at the same time, and thus destroying the universe as well. Adam decided that he did not want the universe destroyed, and realising that he'd been used by the Master, fought back against him. He attacked the Master, who hit him back with a sharp object, injuring him. Then Adam blasted the computer in an explosion that engulfed him. During his last moments, he apologised to the Doctor and told Rose he understood why the Doctor's companions were so willing to risk themselves for him. The Doctor and his companions buried him outside the Time Palace, with the inscriptions, Adam Mitchell, a companion, true. So that is the insane story of Adam Mitchell. A man with the right help was able to bring the Doctor accountable for his mistakes in all aspects of his timeline. I think it goes to show the power of hate and revenge, and how those emotions can ultimately warp and change a person if you let them. Adam ultimately realised the path he had taken at the end and changed for the better. Now truly a worthy Doctor Who companion. If you want to experience the story for yourself with great art and dialogue that captures a real sense of each Doctor's likeness with 11 mini-stories and the final battle as issue 12, then check out IDW's Prisoners of Time, a story made for the 50th anniversary of the show, which I had no idea even existed until recently. A truly complex story that shows the pure power of comics. With all that said, thank you very much for watching. What are your thoughts? Did you enjoy the video? Remember to leave a like, comment and subscribe, and if you wanted to experience some bonus rewards, then be sure to check out my Patreon page. Thanks again, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye bye.